Hello, namaste. Welcome here to Hulu Vibes. It's today only me. Danilo is not here, but maybe in the future we will do again some videos. We'll see. So, how are you doing? It's a very interesting time for many souls. And today we had the topic transformation of the world. And I think many of the light workers came here with the idea it will be very easy. We will just manifest love and light here and high morals and good energy. And then we see, so many things that have to be really, first to be seen. And I think many, many people are in this process and still it will continue. The Vedas describes this time where we're in right now as the Kali Yuga. That means the Yuga of actually it's untruth. It's a lie. It's actually like this, as a planet is like a kind of a as a place where all souls can come on. So even from the lower worlds, they come up. Many as the first incarnation as humans, and they have very different functions than other souls. So what it really means, I think many will experience or already experiencing. And for me, it's very surprising because normally you only see what your frequency is. You cannot in your soul, you cannot imagine very easily things when you on a different stage. You might feel something is off somehow, but you cannot point your finger. And I think that is happening also on the planet. Many people feel there's something off, but they cannot point the finger yet. But on this planet, there will be a shift for sure. It has to be, because you cannot just only stay on illusion side. That actually there is some energy and awakening happening. So I heard different things, like between 4 and 10% we are right now. I even heard 20%. I think we don't have that yet. And as more that energy comes up, as more the other energy tries to, and they're very good to keep up and win. So there is for sure a spiritual battle going on right now, a very high energy battle. And we see many things, and I think more things will come into light, because you cannot hide truth forever. It's just not possible. The point is how we respond to all of this, right? And I think that is something really, really important. We can just say everything we feel and we are in contact with our feelings is okay. So that is something is really, really important. And another thing is the heartbreak. I don't know if anybody feels like this, but sometimes the heart can break like so heavily when you see what's going on the planet, what's happening. But some people also don't feel that at all. And some people are very lucky. They are born in beautiful families, beautiful support, and they're just already creating a new energy, a new world, as they want to do that. So I think it was called lifting of the veil, right? It's like many things will show themselves, and I'm sure it will continue over the next 20 years, or I don't know how long that takes. And the thing is, at the end, everything comes back into the light, right? So I try to always remember that when I'm kind of really thinking like, whoa, this is all not what I imagined. And I think there are different plans there are plans on the light workers, and there are the plans on the other side, and then there are plans on different energies. And nobody, I think, absolutely nobody can say for sure how the world will look in 10 or 20 years. It's just like so much is in working and process. And what I feel is very important is we always give our best. And sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. And even if we lose, even if we win, it's all grace, right? It's all just grace. Yeah. And very interesting, why so many people see the world differently from their own eyes and concept and mind. And I think that you can only see certain things where you as your frequency. That is my feeling. I think that's why not so many people are able to see what other people say as see. So, but I think personally, this is just all the beginning of a greater awakening and a greater energy lifting up. And I just would love to stay a little bit in silence with you guys and just send a prayer to the world and to all souls. Because at the end, no matter where the soul's standing, at the end, we all want to go home, right? And so I would love to send a prayer for peace and love right now with you. So close your eyes with me, put your hand on your heart if you want, and just pray. Thank you for praying with me. And We only know this planet, right? Most people only know this planet, this realm. I mean, there are many different, we call it lokas, worlds. They're going down and they're going up. And you only see the world as your consciousness is, right? So you cannot imagine the consciousness of the other worlds. The down worlds, if you in the somewhere other world, and the upper worlds, if you're in a down world, you can just not comprehend. And I think that is where some friction is really building up. And the earth is really getting more and more intense. So it's all part of that, right? And what can we do? There was one experience I had in India when I had to stay silent for a long time. That was almost 1 year. I only stayed Monday fully silent, but it was a time where I was a lot in silence. So, and at that time I was reading the Encyclopedia of the Vedas. It's a big book. It's like that big and super small written, and I think I forgot 99% of it. But at that time, it was like clicking into the Akasha Chronic of that and just really getting it. And there was one thing that really, really didn't get in my mind at the time, and that was a story about that at the end, everything really comes as one at the end of the Kali Yuga. But there are many different scriptures, and some scriptures say it will take almost 200,000 years until then. So there are different ideas. And then there's also some ideas who say that now it will be get in a very dark area, but then only for a certain amount of time, and then there will be a real beautiful time here on Earth for a while, until certain souls again get the permission to reincarnate here. But I think important to understand is, and I try to remember myself on that too, that these other worlds are real, even if we don't feel them right now, or if people cannot see them. And that is also part of it. People will start to see some spiritual worlds after some energy is shifting on this planet more and more. It's also that in the Encyclopedia of the Vedas. And also very interesting, who are the incarnations of all the people, playing certain roles. For example, the story of Ravana. He is a big devotee of Shiva, but a big Rakshasa, like a big devil. And he kidnapped Sita. And at the end, in his story, he even gets moksha, that means liberation. It was very, very difficult for me to understand. It's very difficult to understand for a human being. Still, I don't get that, I have to say. But the story is that he was one of the biggest guardkeepers of Shiva, and also he loved Shiva so much that he had the choice. I don't know how the story goes, but I think it was like this, that Shiva told him, you can incarnate like so and so many normal lives, or one life at my guard, or so and so many normal lives, or one life as a very, very bad person. But if you get that life as a super bad person, you will get liberation in your soul faster, something like that. it doesn't make sense for me, because in my idea of karmic law, it just doesn't make sense. But somehow, if a bad soul in the scriptures got killed by a god, and they got liberation in moksha, and he got killed by, I think it was even Hanuman, who just knocked him out at the end. So, and he got, interestingly, moksha. So there are so many things we cannot comprehend in our mind, and it's that time where we see a lot of things come up we might not even able to understand. I think it's important that we stay always connected to our heart. And personally, I feel the world got very cold and very hard, super hard. I don't know how you feel about it. I feel it's like I cannot really understand. But that's me, because that's me. Others, for them, it's normal. They have certain energy in them. So in my experience, I feel like on an alien planet right now. I feel like, what is this? I just don't get it. And it gets more and more crazy every day for me. It's like, well, what? Soon that I agree. Okay. Yeah, what can we do? I came to a point where I almost had a heart attack. Just today, I felt my heart is breaking so much. And what can we do? We can just breathe or connect to the higher consciousness, love, and pray for unity, pray for uplifting, and also try to understand each soul is doing what their soul purpose is, right? A flower is blooming, poison flower is giving poison, it's what they do. So you cannot tell a wolf to be a sheep. It just cannot. So, and maybe it's not even our mission fully to wake up, Susan is writing, it's difficult waking up knowing that others can grasp the truth. Yeah. I'm just thinking maybe it was a nice idea in my life. Like, yeah, let's heal the world. Okay. Maybe that was or is a super innocent idea, right? And I think we can do that, but we have to understand not everybody will be on our way of values or feelings or connection. So some things some people of us can just not understand. We might take a lot of time to understand. But I think very important is that we always connect back to our heart, even if it breaks so much. And some souls don't break. Some souls have a very good time right now. They're creating their lives they want. They are taking their freedoms. They're believing. They're so connected, and that gives me a lot of hope for the world, and it gives me a lot of trust that this will be a very good place to be in the future here for human beings. So there will be a beautiful shift long term. It will come for some time, for sure. So I think what we can do is always connect to ourselves and stay true to ourselves as much as we can. Try to heal our hearts, try to go into nature. I mean, it's so important to go into nature, just laying on the grass, just feeling the birds, everything, connecting to the divine energy is so important. Yeah, and I wish for all of you that you connect to beautiful people, to beautiful souls, and to hold the vision of the transformation Earth will do. And it's just a super beginning, and maybe it will not happen in so fast, and not for us, maybe for some of you, maybe not, but it will be a better place long term for sure. And that is so important. So Conrad is saying, I understand it be the ending of a cycle of the 12,000 years solar cycle. Yeah, there are many different, as I said, I don't have the truth with me fully, yeah. I don't know 100%, but something is shifting for sure. Something is happening in a strong way in both ways. So it's very much dividing right now on the soul levels. So a lot of prayer needed for the divine, for the earth. And I'm just thinking, singing Shanti, Shanti, Shanti for you. Wish you a beautiful time and ask you to send the prayers for the world and for all souls. So the meaning of that prayer is Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. It means peace for me, for my family, for the world, and then for all beings, no matter where they are, in the downwards and the upwards. So Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Loka samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Loka samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.